Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. Thanks so much for tuning in. If this is your first time here, you've landed in the right place for honest, unscripted iRacing race reviews. I'm an iRacing rookie, just like many of you, and on this channel, you'll get a raw look at my strategy, my learning experiences, and every chaotic, surprising, or sometimes even clean moment as I tackle the sim racing ladder. If you're an iRacing beginner or just love watching rookie racing, then you're in the right place. Let's get going here at Winton in the Mazda. Just as in the last race, I've decided to not qualify and I'm starting on P11. One car is starting in the pits, so I'm currently in P11 with my strategy being that everyone should probably crash out in T1 and all I need to do is navigate around them. But much to my surprise, no one is crashing in turn 1. What about turn 2? Nobody's crashing in turn 2. Now I'm starting to think maybe my strategy did not work out so well. Maybe I should have just qualified and done my best to stay in the middle of the pack and then work my way forward. Nobody's crashed yet in this turn as well, so I'm really doubting my strategy at this point. I'm still cautious on these cold tires, so I don't push it very far. I'm just keeping a safe distance where I think I can brake and react in case anything should happen in front of me. Nothing is happening yet, everyone is well behaved. But that's about to change as the number 2 car is having a spin out at front, and that causes a few cars to crash into them and getting pushed into them. We've now made up another couple of places. I'm gone up from P11 to P8 at this point, driving through these little S's here, these chicanes. I'm starting to also get a little bit more comfortable with the state of the tires, so I'm pushing on the accelerator a little bit earlier, still braking fairly early, trying to match the braking points of the cars in front of me so I don't veer into their bumper. I did make a point to practice the entry onto the straight, the exit of this last turn here after the previous race, because I noticed that I was usually braking to get into this turn, but I saw other cars that were going a bit faster than me just lifting through this turn, so I've tried that a couple of times here as well in the race. But now that the strategy seems to have started to work, some cars have crashed, we've navigated around them. I'm in a good, comfortable P7 here, trying to still stay on track, warming up the tires and getting comfortable with it. The cars in front of us have started to battle with each other for position. That slows them down inevitably and allowed me and that white car in front of us to get closer to the rear. I'm still keeping my distance just in case of an incident. I want to have enough reaction time to get on the brakes or to go around them. And we'll see here they have the slightest of contact as they're pushing into each other, and that causes the first car to go off track, and then the other car has lost control as well. Fortunately, they're both staying off track as they recover from this incident. Pace-wise, my closest competitor is probably the car in front of us right now. P1, the car in P1 has its own pace. They're off already, and I don't know where they are on the track, but they're far ahead. P2 and P3 are having similar times. They're staying close together, and my pace is with that white car. At this point, we're increasing the gap to the cars behind, and I'm just getting comfortable with these tires and allow the car in front of me to get a little bit further ahead. Just trying to take the entries and exits of these turns consistently, hitting my brake points consistently, but also watching at the cars in front of us. What lines are they taking through here? Where are they braking? Trying to learn, trying to see if those are faster cars, trying to see where they're doing anything different that I can adapt and improve myself. As long as I can stay with them and keep my pace at probably 90% pushing, then I still have a little bit left in case I do want to get closer and see some opportunities for overtaking them shortly. The entry into here allowed me to get a little bit closer to the car in front. I did notice later on that I could take the turn exit far further onto the left onto that green bit. That is apparently not an off track, at least not when I did the test drives here, so I could have perhaps gone wider. I really like to hit the inside curb here on this one. Of course, I don't always get it, but consistently trying to hit those same points is one of the main goals of my development as a sim racing driver right now. During the race, I tried different lines through these tight turns here, trying to either go in from the very outside on the track into the inside, or just to keep it incredibly tight. Now, the car in front of us is number 3. They've gone off, and that allows us to scoot forward into another position gained. I'm now currently in P4 again. Trying at the braking point, trying to get some distance between us and the car that just spun out. It's working, they're cautiously behind. And we go around for another iteration, another lap. Every racetrack seems to have one corner where I'm consistently struggling with, trying to get the right entry, trying to get the right pathway through it. The second to last corner on this track is one of those where I am always struggling to find the right approach. When do I turn in? Do I turn in tight? Do I give it a little bit of more room? But we have now caught up with another car. This car came out of the pits, I believe, and they were far behind. They are a lap behind, so they let the car in front of us in P3 lap them. I am staying far behind. I don't want to give the driver the impression that I want to overtake them at this point of the racetrack. This seems too tight for me, too many turns, too many direction changes, so I want to stay behind and wait for a better opportunity. I know I'm faster, so I think I am just going to wait it out until a straight is coming up. Now, that also means that I did keep an eye on the gap behind, but I did stop looking at that as I wanted to make sure I go through this turn here smoothly. And right as I'm about to turn, my little voice in my ear said, "Car on the right," and that's when the contact happened. Fortunately, it was a 0x incident. Nothing happened, nobody got off track, so everyone is good to go. And that was my fault. I should have perhaps looked at my mirror closer to anticipate one of those late lunges here. Lesson learned. Fortunately, no real consequences. I stick my nose in, but don't go for it. This is just too tight, no need for it. And we make it through this turn smoothly, and I stay with the green car in front of me. Having this green car in front is quite nice because they did seem a little bit faster. They used to be originally, I think, P3 or P2, so having them in front would be a good opportunity to see their lines and to follow them to stay with the cars ahead. We're going to stay behind this green car for another half lap until we are going to overtake them in a smooth way, following my strategy, not really using any significant skills or racecraft other than simply staying on track. This green car has gone off track before, and maybe they're going to go off track again is my thinking at this point. Trying to follow them also means that I need to be cautious on not going off track too far, dipping my wheels onto the grass. That could always be a problem for me. Again, wide line here. See, I am going off track with my wheels a little bit, but not enough to actually get an incident point. But the car in front of us is taking a different line, a wider line, and I'm not used to that, so I'm going to just simply keep on my line, staying with them. The management of the distance should be all right for me in case an incident would occur in front of us. The car that just let us by was a lap behind. Thank you very much. That was very nice of you. It's a good spot. One more lap to go behind this green car as they will spin out in exactly this turn here in the future. My goal here is to simply hit my braking points, go through the lines that I think work best for me while still staying with the green car. Here I noticed that the green car did get a better exit, so I will try to emulate that in the upcoming laps as well. Whenever I see a car in front of me going faster than me, I try to learn from them, try to figure out what they're doing differently, where they're going to brake, where they're going to turn in. This turn here, since I was not braking on the exit or entry onto this last turn, I got a little bit closer, but then was cautious on the throttle, and they did have a better exit, straightened out the car first and faster, and thus they made up a little bit of distance. Again, I'm pushing at about 90% here, still just trying to stay with that car in front of us, trying to see what their lines are, where they might be struggling, where they're having issues, and I'm also not confident enough that I think with this extra 10% push that I think I have left in my driving ability that I could overtake them safely in any of these tight turns just yet. So I'm biding my time. I'm trying to figure out what should I do here. Should I just bring it home? Should I try to overtake them? I'm down to P5 at this point. but an opportunity seems to be coming up right around here. This is also the same corner where the green car had an incident earlier, spun out as well there. That allows me to go past them, and I'm now up in P4. At this point again, I want to get on the throttle here, making up some space and distance between the cars behind. P4 is a good result for me. I got a P4 in the previous race as well. P4 seems to be the place where I naturally fall in the ranking in this particular split. P1 is way ahead. They're going at their own race. They have their own race. We're not even involved in it. And P2 and P3 are the ones who are battling it out at the same pace with each other. They're a little bit slower than P1, but they are faster than me in P4. As a rookie in iRacing, I've been at this for about 3 weeks, maybe 4 by the time this video is released, and P4 is an excellent result. Now, through my mind, I have several things going through my mind here at this stage of the race. I have a few laps to go. What do I want to do? I'm trying to keep the gap to the cars behind me the same or increase it, and I know the cars in front of me are several seconds ahead. Too many seconds. I can't make that up in the next 2 laps, 1.5 laps, whatever much is left at this point. So my focus again is to not push it too far while still maintaining the gap to the cars behind. I do slow down a little bit on the very last lap just to be sure to bring it home, and I drop the distance between the cars behind from 7 seconds to about 4 seconds because I was too cautious going through these turns here at a high speed. That was no longer something I tried to risk, and somehow I just slowed down so much that several seconds were made up by the cars behind until I realized that, and then I started pushing it again. Trying to cope with this sort of pressure, I suppose, of being in a point scoring position, getting a safety rating, getting I rating, almost getting a podium. Well, not almost, cars in front of me are far ahead, but nevertheless P4 sounds close to a podium even though it is quite far away. That sort of gave me the confidence that maybe I'm not too bad at this, maybe this is the split where I do fit in, maybe this is where I have enough drivers in front of me that when they are close I can learn from them, and I do have enough cars behind that I can practice some of the skills that I'm trying to work on. Here's the checkered flag. We've made it, gone from P11 starting last on the grid to P4, respectable drive, acceptable results. I'm happy with it. 0x. I had that one door bump, but other than that, everything worked out smoothly, did not go off track, kept a reasonable pace, and made it through unscathed, learned several new skills, and had a great time racing here. The goal for the next races is going to be to keep practicing, keep improving my racecraft, and then we'll see how that turns out. Thank you for joining. Let me know in the comments if your experience as a rookie in iRacing has been similar to mine, and I hope to see you around for the next one. If you did enjoy this or want to follow along my journey through iRacing, hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you next time. Thank you everyone. Bye bye.